This is Rap the News. The devil is going all out. All those people being killed, just about every last one, is blood sacrifice to the devil. They are sacrificing so-called Hebrews to the damn devil. And they are. They will kill you over a nickel right now. Less than a nickel for free. And this is where we at. Things ain't getting better, it's getting worse. These jackasses is talking about cutting the gas off. Yeah. Oh, look, we ain't got enough drivers to run these gasoline tankers and stuff like that. We've been looking for drivers and stuff, and we ain't got them. So y'all might not have no gas in United Snakes in the summer. They found a way, didn't they? That cuts the food off. That cuts pretty much that stops you from driving. That keeps you in the house. Easy to go and control and manipulate you then. Dirty. Dirty, dirty, dirty. With that said, we're going to talk about righteousness today. A long overdue subject, people. Long overdue. Because without righteousness, you are not getting into any of God's kingdoms. You ain't getting into no heaven, not without righteousness. The key thing in righteousness is right. So we're going to show you righteousness not from the dictionary Google terminology. We're going to show you righteousness the way that God sees righteousness. And it ain't what most people think it is. So the only people being delivered in the end is the righteous, if y'all don't know. Zechariah 8, number 8. I will bring them, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God in truth and in righteousness. God is already truthful and righteousness, so he ain't talking about himself. He's talking about you. The only way he's going to be your God is if you are in truth and in righteousness. And that's why it's important for me to stop them from saying Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, because that's falsehood. And then all the people that they dupe into saying that bullshit, God ain't with them. God said, you got to listen. Let me highlight it for, the hearing impaired. Not for the blind, for the hearing impaired. God will be your God in truth and righteousness. First thing is truth. If you ain't in the truth, then you going to hell. Because God didn't decide to guide you. Okay, now that we know that we have to be truthful, all liars is going to be what? In the lake of fire, burning, right? All liars, and not even just the liars, he who maketh and believeth a damn lie. If you believe in lies, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, you going to the hell fire. It's important that people care, because that's what righteousness is. Empathy, right? It's a big part of righteousness. And then obedience. Righteousness is the fruits of the Spirit. So only people with the Spirit on them can actually be righteous. The other people is working on it. Galatians 5:22. But the fruits of the Spirit is love. Love is righteousness. Joy is righteousness. Peace is righteousness. Peace is one of the biggest things. Forbearance, you being able to tolerate people. Kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and being able to control your damn self, self-control. That is righteousness. All you need to add to that is obedience to the commandments. Right? Okay. Let's keep it moving. The fruits of the Spirit is obedience to God and how you treat people on this earth. That is righteousness. Again, righteousness is obedience to the Most High God and how you treat people on this earth. Let's find out. Because look, all of this right here, this is how you treat yourself, which is you are a person, and how you treat others. That's the fruits of the Spirit. It's how you treat yourself and others. People dog themselves out, don't they? Daniel's 9:24. 70 weeks are determined upon thy people and upon the holy city to finish your transgressions, to stop sinning against the Most High God. 70 weeks. Your time is up and you know it. And to make an end of sin. And to make reconciliation for your iniquity. And to bring in everlasting righteousness. Everlasting. Always be right. And to seal up the vision and the prophecy. And to anoint the most holy. Let's keep it moving. Okay. Proverbs 31:9. Open your mouth. Judge righteously and defend the cause of the poor and the needy. And I keep saying, righteousness is obeying them commandments, and how you treat people, having empathy, being able to see people. And that's why I titled it, Devils Have No Empathy. They can't be righteous then. Let's keep it moving. Matthew 7:12. This is one of the biggest ones right here. Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do you even so to them. This is the law, obeying the commandments, and the prophets. How you treat people and obeying the law. Having empathy to look around at, let's say I'm out on the corners preaching a message with a bunch of brothers. And I look down and this brother got some raggedy shoes on. You know, I can bullshit around with him and say, hey, what size shoe you wear, man? You know, you got some pretty big feet or something like that. Just bullshitting with him. And he's like, oh, I wear 11, yeah. Pretty wide feet. That mean he got 11 and a half wide. And then you go down and buy that brother the best pair of shoes that you can afford. Right? From your heart, for the love and sake of the Most High God. You go buy him those shoes. And the next time you see that brother, you hand him those shoes. You don't have to say nothing. Your empathy said enough. You know, and he opened the shoes, I guarantee you his heart is going to sink, because he's going to say, this brother bought me some shoes. Either he gay as shit, or this brother has a heart and he moral. It's one or the other, ain't it? So therefore all things whatever you that men should do to you, so if it takes a friend to be a friend, you know, how do you want somebody to show up in your life? That's how you show up in everybody else's life. If you like exciting people, then you be exciting. If you like loving, kind, generous people, then you be the loving, kind, generous people. If you need somebody to know the answers to shit, then you need to know the answers. Right? Let's keep it moving. Leviticus 19:18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. Let's go back up to it. What the fruits of the Spirit is? Forbearance, kindness, goodness, gentleness, and self-control. Go back down to it again. You shall not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord. So however you want people to treat you, you treat them. You love your brother as yourself. You cannot be righteous until you want for your brother what you want for yourself. And not just want. The key thing in that is love. Let's go back up to it. Let's see if we can find that. Let's see if we can find. Oh my goodness, that love right here. It's right there. That would love it right there. You get it? All right? Fucking love. When he tell you to hate the next man, woman, and child, love thy neighbor as thyself. You know, a lot of people don't love themselves, so that ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work, man. They don't love themselves, man. Look what they do. You went and jumped out there and got herpes. You don't love yourself. You don't run up there and got AIDS and shit. You don't love yourself. Whatever. Guku Kakamokus. You came up with some new shit. Isaiah 117. Learn to do well. Seek judgment. Relieve the oppressed. If somebody's having a hard time, look, I can't pay my rent, man. Then you go and say, look, let me see what we can do. Maybe we could pull our resources together and help you out here. Right? We ain't got no food in the house. You can go in, if you go to a friend's house or something like that, you could tell whether they got food and shit like that. You don't smell nothing cooking. You know, they look hungry. Then, say, hey, I'm going to the store to get some shit. I have seen people looking hungry, and I was like, and God, I was right. I said, I'm going to the store to buy me something to eat. Do you want to come? I got you too, man. I don't even know who this is. I don't know if they're hungry. I don't know if I'm belittling them by saying this, but you looked hungry. You look like you need some help. And I was like, come on, man, let's get you some groceries and whatever. I don't know how much you can carry. Some guy said, hey, man, just get me a teepee. I'm going to be sleeping outside. I said, okay, let's go in there and get you a teepee then. Here's all the money I got. Relieve the oppressed, judge the fatherless, plead for the widow, give a fuck. That's all he's saying. That's all God is saying. These are my creation. Give a damn. And then some people you just can't do nothing for. It's like you might just even say the wrong shit. So it's just like James Sinke. A lot of times I don't know what to say. I got a lot to say. But, when it comes to, we all finna die. But when it comes to somebody who looking death in the face, what the fuck can I say? I can't say shit, but I can do something behind the scenes. I could pray. I could fast for you. I can love you in my heart. That's what I can do. I can ask myself and my family and other people to keep praying for you. And if God don't help, then what can we do? We only human at the end of the damn day. But at least we had some empathy. We cared for the next man. We loved our neighbor like we would love ourselves. We treated people how we want to get treated. And most people ain't gonna never understand that. All they trying to do is get over, right? Be the victor at getting over. Exodus 23:4-5. If thou see thy enemy's ox or his donkey wandering, thou shalt surely bring it back to him. This is your enemy. And you see his animals going down the street, I hope they all get hit. That's how the average motherfucker probably would think. And it was like, oh shit, all his animals got loose. It's always, this person looking to put a rope around your neck and hang you. And then you take them all this stuff. Look, you knock on the door. Hey, all your animals got out, man. And I retrieved them all and stuff. I got your donkey tied up over there and stuff like that. I got your dogs and stuff like that. They tried to bite me twice, but I got them. I didn't want nothing to happen to him. How he gonna look at you? Like, I hate this man, and everything about him. I hate him because he breathed. But he cared enough to bring my animals back. That's going to go a long ways. You know what I mean? Then how can he look at you as such a horrible person after that? Deuteronomy 14:29. The Levites, because he has no portion in inheritance among the Israelites. The foreigner, the who? The foreigner. Them people that they say the Most High going to destroy. The fatherless and the widow within your gates may come and eat and be satisfied. God said they can come and eat. And the Lord your God will bless you in all the works of your hand, because all of that is God's creation. Again, the Levite can't own no land or anything else. So you donate, give to the Levite. He cannot own things like you own things. He got to preach the word like God told him to do. The foreigner, the stranger, the Edomite, the Asian, Gog and Magog, the fatherless, the widow within your gates may come and eat and be satisfied, and God will bless the work of your hand. He said, oh, you didn't give to the Edomite, now you done. That ain't how God created them. God said he takes care of all, these and those. Psalms 82:3. Defend the cause of the weak. Did he say what color they were? And the fatherless, did he say what color they were? Uphold the rights of the afflicted and oppressed. That's all of us in some type of way, fashion, or form. It's just have some empathy and give a damn. Why would God have people in here who don't give a fuck for nothing in his kingdom? Would you have a person who don't give a fuck in your house? Unless you a damn raggedy devil, that's the only way you would have that. Proverbs 21:8. You want somebody in your house that's going to take care of your house better than you. If you're going to lend your car, you want somebody who can put some damn gas in that damn car, shine up the damn tires and shit, give your car a bath and shit, and put some smell goods in that. And then when they get back in the car, they got a full tank, it smells good, and the car is clean. You think they thinking lowly of you? No. Wherever you go, you make sure you are an enhancement to wherever you go, not a burden on people. Some people just say, hey, you help me out, and they just a burden on your ass, huh? Anyway, defend the cause of the weak, the fatherless, uphold the right of the afflicted and oppressed. Proverbs 21:8. The way of a man is froward and strange, but as for the pure, his work is righteous. Righteous, right. And so that's the end of that, man. And so again, this is righteousness, and just add obeying the commandments, and you got righteousness. The Bible and the Torah really is not going to say too many sins. This is righteousness. It ain't going to say that. You got to study to show yourself approved. When you study to show you approved, righteousness is what we read. And let's go back down to it. The two main things. Everything that you want men to do for you, you do to them. You show up, how you want to be. However you want somebody to show up in your life, that's how you show up in theirs. And the next key thing is to love your neighbor as yourself. However you want someone to treat you, or however you love yourself, if you love a big old giant juicy burger for yourself, have a big old giant juicy burger for your brother. Right? If you love a lot of cash in your pocket, love a lot of cash in your brother's pocket. If you living and riding high, want your brother to live and ride high. You know what I'm saying? Want for your brother what you want for yourselves. Give a damn. Have some empathy. That is righteousness. Let's go back up to the top again. Let's creep up there. Look at it. We creeping up there. Look at it. God is only accepting you in truth and righteousness. The person who go by the truth, the Torah, and then give a damn for his creation. This is Rap the News.